Goodbye, Joe. You gotta go. Your votes ain't legal. Oh, sorry. I got carried away there. Hey, everybody. It's Everett with Ohio for Freedom. Hey, just want to give you a real quick little update here. I read the lawsuits from Georgia and Pennsylvania, and I was going to put a video together just grabbing a paragraph here, a paragraph there, talking about it. And I don't think I can do a good job with that because it gets wordy. But I've posted the links to both of those on ohioforfreedom.com. And I want you to be excited because everybody that was doubting Sidney Powell, you were doubting Sidney Powell for no reason. There is so much information. They've got the witnesses. They've got the signed affidavits. They've got the affiants. They've got the goods. And you have no idea where to start because every single paragraph is just jumping out at you. So I'm going to just talk about a couple of things that, stuck out at me. But I want to really encourage you. We've got this, you guys. We've got this. But we still have to make some noise about it. We, the people, have to let the other we the people know that this information is out there and it's solid, and we're going to have to shame the powers that shouldn't be into doing the right thing. But here's just a couple of things. I was going through this Georgia lawsuit, and I'm just kind of reading it, and then I read this, and I said, okay, you got to start making notes. Check this out. There was a lady that in Georgia that's been working elections for 20 years, and chain of custody. They always have to sign off by Sunday before the election that you've received the sealed voting machines, whatever. This year, they were asked to sign that chain of custody form, and the voting machines weren't even delivered. Guess when they were delivered? 2 a.m. 2 a.m. the day of the election. Now think about that. Think about that. You're using this complicated machine and series of machines to count all of these votes, and the people there are responsible for these results to be accurate. How in the world would you get on top of being able to verify that these machines are accurate when they're delivered 2 a.m. the day of the election? All right, here's another one. We all heard that water main that burst story. That was in Fulton County. And they used that as an excuse to send people home, right? Well, what really happened? There was a toilet that overflowed. I'd heard that, but when you read it in a legal filing, it takes on a little more significance. And so it was a toilet that overflowed early in the day on November 3rd. Probably the janitor took care of it. Goodness sakes, we've all seen that happen. Folks, the media lied to us. They sold us the biggest dog ate my homework story that you've ever heard in your life, and they used it as a cover for, first it says 5 people, then another 3 people came in between about 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. to do whatever it is they were doing. The Michigan lawsuit does a great job of spelling out the computer spikes that happened in Kent, Oakland, Wayne, and Macomb County. And it shows very clearly that, once 83% of the vote was in, all of a sudden Trump was doing this, then it goes like that. Makes it very, very clear. And those same computer experts, and by the way, there's private experts and former military IT experts, show that right out of the Dominion software's manual that there can be decimals that are assigned to a vote. Have you ever voted and your vote counted as like 0.56 of a vote or 0.64 of a vote? But that's what happens, and it shows very clearly that it was an algorithm. You get to read part of the affidavit of this gentleman that is a former member of the security detail for Hugo Chavez. And he goes into detail about how the software was created to be able to throw elections. It's right in there. They also do a great job of pointing out in both lawsuits that in both of those states, not just these states, but in the secretaries of state in both these lawsuits, violated the law when they set election rules that can only be set. Handling of ballots, lots of other things, mail-in ballots, that can only be set by the state legislature, so they're in violation of the law. Then so many affiants come forward with numerous instances of not being able to observe counting, not being able to observe the canvassing and all of that, how mail-in ballots were handled, how they're supposed to be open, signatures verified, all of that. They go over the fact that the Dominion systems, this is in the lawsuit. You don't put something in a lawsuit that you can't defend. So I'm taking this to the bank. Yes, the system, I don't care what the shiny forehead guy said to Captain Comeover on Sunday on Fox News. They are hooked up to the internet. They are. Thumb drives can be inserted. And after the vote is cast, a lot of things can be done with that. And that the ballot that's printed out by these machines, it might produce a ballot that looks one way, but that's not what registers as the vote. What registers as the vote is a barcode, and all kind of things can be done like that. Oh, and also, right there in the lawsuits, they spell out, and again, I don't think Ms. Powell is going to put something in a lawsuit that she can't defend. Yes, servers overseas, counting overseas. The Michigan lawsuit spends a couple of paragraphs going into detail about Michigan law, that the threatening and the intimidating of poll watchers, which happened ad infinitum, that is a felony. And there's people that need to be going to jail. Is there anything that I missed? I think that's about it. Listen, I've put the links. If you want to do some reading, they're on ohioforfreedom.com and the blog. And get your popcorn, because it's all there. Folks, what we've got to do, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and many, many others, but they're the most notable ones. Mike, would you want to trade places with them over the last 3 weeks? How much sleep do you think they've gotten? They've done their part, and they're still in the arena because it's just getting started. They're going to have to follow up. We, the people, need to share this information. The whole sheeple people out there, the people that are just, that they're not woke up. They don't want to see reality. They actually think that corrupt Joe Biden won. We've got to rattle we got to rattle the cages. We got to make some noise. We got to spread the word. But make no mistake, when you read through these lawsuits, this is not a Hail Mary. This is not a wish and a prayer and a hope so. The evidence is there. Georgia's going to be overturned. Pennsylvania's going to be overturned. Michigan's going to be overturned. Write it down. It's going to happen. And one last thing. I didn't mention the last time when I talked about what happened in Pennsylvania yesterday. I'm going to say two things, and I'm going to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Jenna Ellis, attorney for the president, spoke to the Pennsylvania legislature yesterday, and she made it very clear, and this is in our Constitution, and the founding fathers were so very wise, but she made it clear to them that regardless of what the courts do, the legislators there in Pennsylvania can certify the election properly. Maybe that's what's going to happen. And that's what Jenna Ellis said. And there was one thing that I was thinking of. Maybe we'll be okay. So please share the information. If you need the links, they're on ohioforfreedom.com. Be confident, be joyful, and get ready for the left to really scream and holler and freak out. But it's going to be what it is. President Donald Trump will be sworn in for a second consecutive term, and that is good news. And with that, happy Thanksgiving. God bless you and your family. Bless the state of Ohio, and God bless the United States of America.